to us a bit about how the academy got started.
So I coached the under-14s Falcons. I was the team manager of the under-14s Falcons. So it's about 9 years ago now. So this is the 9th season of the program. So it's been 10 years ago actually. I saw a gap between the 14s and the 16s. With no real development from any turf clubs, unless you were already 16. Premier clubs would pick you up as part of the Dowling Shield. So I approached Preston when I started playing for them, and they jumped on board. We put together a program. We got Telechoice, who was at Northcote Plaza now, closed now, but Northcote Plaza to help us with the money, and we started out at Northcote Indoor for our sessions, which was it was quite some time ago, which is good.
So what's your role been in the academy?
So I've been the head coach of the academy for the whole time. So I'd work in the in fact originally it wasn't an academy. Originally it was just an under-15s development program, which then led into the JG Craig program. But as we grew, we realised that out of the 15s there was nowhere for those JG Craig kids to go. So we created a 19s program when I was head coach, and then it turned into an academy. So now we've got 13s, 17s girls and the 19s boys.
So the original purpose was just really for under 15s development.
Yeah,
and it's evolved from there too.
Yeah, so it was to fill a gap. It was to fill that developmental gap between the 14s and the 16s. And I also felt that it was the role of sub-district clubs to work on that development for those players and give back to the community. So, and Preston jumped on board straight away.
So you mentioned Telechoice early on were a sponsor. Is that how it's always been funded, and how's that?
Yeah, so
happening now?
In early days it was funded pretty much 50-50 with the club and sponsorships. Being only one program and a lot of volunteer coaches, we were just paying for indoor costs and balls, really, and then uniforms. But as it's grown, the sponsorship has been phenomenal. John Hyde has played a massive role, being a champion of junior cricket and girls cricket in the northern metro region.
And the numbers, how were they when they started, and when you started, and what's it like now?
So we started with 13. Started with 13 players, and then we grew to 15 in the next year. Then I think we had 27 in the under 14, under 15 space, and then the 90s got introduced and it doubled in size to about 35. But now we're looking at 4.5 hour bookings at Cutting Edge from an under 13s, where we had 13 under 13s this year, and that was restricted to North Metro. I had a lot of interest from the DBCA. We just restricted that to North Metro this year, and I think we've got 75 on the list for this year, which is a phenomenal number. It's bigger than most senior clubs.
Yeah. What else we got? Pace, so quick. Meeting. What can pace bowlers do with the ball? Swing the ball which way? In and out. All of those disciplines require different tactics. Yeah. You can't play an off spinner exactly the same way as you play a leg spinner. You can't play an out swinger the same way you play an in spinner. See that?
I'm Piper.
Okay.
I'm Grace.
And which club do you play at?
I'm Trinity. We play at the League.
Both of you?
Yes.
And are you batters or bowlers?
Both?
Yeah?
Both.
And how long have you both been doing the Preston Academy program in the winter?
Just this year.
This is your first year?
Yep. I did it last year as well. And it was very good because I found sometimes I get a bit rusty through training, and then when I come back, it takes me a while to get warmed up. So this keeps me, in the game.
Keeps your cricket going through the winter?
Yes.
What's the best part about the academy, you think? Is it just having a chance to have a hit? Or?
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a bunch of new friends and play one of your favourite sports.
Yep.
Yeah, so you get a lot of good feedback, and especially with the bowling machines, it's a good opportunity to work on old skills that you might not otherwise get to work on.
Have you had a chance to use bowling machines before?
Yeah, we can get here once for a training session, we don't have bowling machines at our club, so sometimes we come down here, but this is our main time we get to use bowling machines. So, yeah.
Hit a lot of balls?
Yes.
That's good, thank you.
Great, thank you.
Unless there's anything else you wanted to say about it?
It's good. You should do it.
So I'm Harry Downs, I'm 16.
Yeah?
I think this is my fourth academy.
Yep. How did you get involved in the beginning? Do you remember?
Yeah, so my brother played season year, so I started training and then filled in for a couple of games.
Yep.
And then sort of they invited me back to the academy and then sort of progressed from there.
And you're playing at Preston now?
Yeah, this will be my fifth season.
Fifth season,
Yeah,
Preston.
so
And which team mainly?
mainly play threes.
Yep.
So played a couple of games in the twos. So yeah.
You're batter or bowler?
All rounder, but I'd say mainly batsman.
What do you like about the academy? What's,
I think it's good that it gives us an early start.
yeah.
I think it's 6 weeks ahead of the seniors. So we've had 6 weeks before they even hit a ball. So it just gives you that head start. It just sort of gets you back in the swing of things. You can sort of improve things and tinker with stuff before you're into more structured pre-season.
And the coaching here, how do you find that?
It's been really good. So it's not just the basic stuff. They get into detail, show you how to do everything. So yeah, it's been good.
So where do you hope to go with your cricket?
Not sure at the moment, but I'd say this year, hopefully some ones games, but get some scores in the twos. So yeah, that's my goal.
Good. Okay. Thanks for that.
Too easy.
So taking the length away from the bowler.
Yeah, once you get in there.
Back foot creating distance from the ball. And sweep or soft hand. Who here was brave enough to have a crack and sweep? Good job. Good job. And if you don't know how, go to the nets with a couple of balls, alright, and throw it. It'll take you 20 minutes to work it out.